Welcome to Lenses 6 Community Edition, your totally free instance of Lenses for localhost development or to connect to your own Kafka clusters. Before we get you up and running, let's go over Lenses' new architecture. Lenses has two components. Lenses HQ is the control plane for Lenses overall. It's also where you'll connect in order to interact with Lenses via UI or API. This is also where you go to set your IAM governance and RBAC permissions, as well as view all of your connected clusters at once. Next up, we have Lenses Agent, a lightweight process meant to run in proximity to each of your Kafka clusters individually. Please note, when we say Kafka cluster, we mean any Kafka-based API streaming infrastructure, not just Apache Kafka itself. Each agent is configured to connect to an environment, that is to say, a Kafka cluster, as well as that cluster's supporting technologies, such as Schema Registry, Kafka Connect clusters, and more. What's included in the Community Edition? The Docker Compose file you download sets up a Lenses HQ and agent containers. These containers are automatically connected to each other and to the included Kafka broker, Schema Registry, and a Kafka Connect cluster. Kafka, Kafka Connect, and the Schema Registry are all running in a single container all together. This localhost Kafka is useful if you want to install Community Edition on your laptop. You can use it as a dev environment and connect your own local applications. It also includes a few handy datagens to stream some simple data to the localhost Kafka. It's great having a localhost Kafka, but to really get the most out of your Lenses test drive, we recommend running it on a Docker-enabled Bastion host that can connect to some real Kafka clusters in your setup. Community Edition allows you to connect up to 2 Kafka instances for free. This will require you to install a second Lenses agent and have it communicate back to this HQ. Here, we are showing you the first steps of adding a second Kafka cluster to your Lenses setup. We will go through all the steps for this process in the next video. We also have detailed docs with step-by-step instructions for this. As you add each cluster and agent to Lenses HQ, you will need to provide the agent process with a unique token for authentication between HQ and the agent, as you can see here on the screen. The rest of this video will show you how to set up Lenses 6 Community Edition on your workstation. Simply click on the Download Free button on the lenses.io webpage and copy the wget command to download the Docker Compose file. Next up, we will be walking you through how to deploy the Docker Compose and use the default local Kafka and datagen. I've already downloaded the Docker Compose file using wget to my laptop. Now it's just a matter of setting the license agreement variable and running Docker Compose up. Keep in mind, the first time you run this command, it will take a little bit longer than what you're seeing on the screen now, since Docker will need to download the images. I've already done this for this demonstration. Now that everything is set up and running, we can log into our Lenses 6 Community Edition by going to localhost port 9991. The username is admin, the password is admin. Now you have a fully functioning Kafka cluster, Kafka Connect service, Schema Registry, and a beautiful new Lenses 6 UI to easily manage it. You can explore the many features of Lenses here using the synthetic data we've provided. See how you can explore topics, do SQL queries, and so much more. But we do think you'll get the most value from your Lenses 6 test drive by hooking up your own applications and Kafka clusters. We will go into how to connect your own Kafka clusters in the next video, but you're welcome to use the existing cluster here with your own applications. Set up producers and consumers locally to the provided cluster running on port 9092. Thanks again for listening all the way through to the end of our video. Remember, it's very easy to get started. Just click on the Download Free button from lenses.io and away you go.